to that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, you know, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, you know. And so, you know, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, you know. And she was right.
Nicole Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment. It's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help. And women like you are that type of help.
There haven't been many times we've discussed LisaRaye McCoy, but today is definitely one of those moments. She recently called out Nicole Murphy for sleeping with her ex-husband, Michael McKissick, and it's one for the history books. LisaRaye and McCoy were once close friends, but things took a turn when McCoy decided to start an affair with Michael in LisaRaye's own home. Since discovering the betrayal, LisaRaye has been publicly calling out Nicole, accusing her of narcissistic behavior and labeling her a homewrecker. However, Nicole isn't bothered by the name-calling and seems completely unapologetic for her actions. Honestly, it's shocking that Nicole Murphy hasn't faced more criticism for her behavior. Since her divorce from Eddie Murphy, Nicole has been involved with several of her friends' husbands, almost like she's trying to recover the money she lost in her divorce. You might recall the scam she fell for with her friend Tony Stratos, who swindled her out of $10 million from her $15 million divorce settlement. That amount pales in comparison to what Eddie Murphy earned during their marriage, not to mention the 5 kids she had with him. And when Nicole realized that money wasn't coming back along with the quickly depleting child support as her kids grew older, you can imagine the panic she felt. Nicole was eager to return to the lifestyle she had grown used to, and like some women who rely on their looks, she set out to find the next man who could fund her life. Hey, no judgment here. Do your thing, girl. But things took a turn when she began getting involved with men who were married to her friends. It didn't take long for her to move on after being called out. She quickly picked herself up, slipped on her Louboutins, and found a new place to rent. However, things really went south when she tried to hook up with Antoine Fuqua, Leah Rashawn's husband, and was caught kissing him in a bikini. It became a public relations disaster for Nicole. She tried to spin the situation by claiming they were just family friends, sharing a casual greeting. But word around town was that Eddie Murphy wasn't thrilled with all the negative attention and forced her to apologize publicly. Suddenly, she was talking about not wanting to send the wrong message and gave a questionable apology. It was all pretty messy.
I know. Trust me, Wendy. Trust me. I wish it didn't happen.
Okay. Why did it happen?
Well, I think it was a moment where I should have thought more through the situation, made better judgment, you know? So it's something that I apologize for. What happened was there was a statement that was released. I did not put out that statement. I was actually on the airplane and I was back from Europe.
They were in Italy at a film festival.
Yes.
And allegedly,
But I was out there for business.
Okay.
There was some designers out there as well, so I was dealing with that.
Okay.
There was familiar faces out there, and it happened.
Where did this happen?
I was in Italy.
No, I mean, where did that happen right there? Because you
Where?
all looked like you just woke up in the morning.
No, we did not.
Body looks
First of
phenomenal.
all, I was at the pool. We're on a different time zone. I was having a hard time staying awake. I was drinking an espresso. That's it.
Okay, and you leaned in.
It was a moment that should not have happened. I regret it, and I apologize for it. And I'm a human being. It was a mistake.
I don't believe someone can just wake up one day and accidentally start kissing a married man. No one's buying that excuse.
I was hearing from my sources that she had called the paparazzi to take the pictures of her.
That's what I thought anyway.
And that this is not the first time she's done it. And that the reason why she's doing it is because she, in fact, actually does want to be with him.
Of course.
And she, in fact, if they're kissing like that, you know they.
What are the odds that these two black people would be in Italy and run into each other if they did not leave America to go to Italy together?
And what are the odds that paparazzi does not checking for either one of them is going to find them in some remote place in Italy to take pictures?
The foreign paparazzi. Hey, isn't that this director who we don't ever see? Nicole Murphy, who we don't ever see?
Right.
Oh, yeah, let's take their picture right now while they're kissing.
Exactly. And let them kiss multiple times to make sure that the paparazzi gets it.
Throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
In the robes.
Right.
In the swimwear.
In your robes.
Like they're just waiting for y'all.
So that's what I was hearing, and that's what I didn't report because I was trying to be like, that's my girl. And in Love Muffins, if you don't believe that, go back to a couple of podcasts ago, or maybe more than a couple, like 8 podcasts ago, when I was talking about this, you were going in on her.
I was.
And I was pumping the brakes.
You were.
I was like, no, I was doing that. I'm just reaching for everything, trying to not.
I'm like, that hussy.
Yeah. Not to really expose her for being the lying scallywag that she is.
What I call her, a Jezebel.
She's a Jezebel, but she's a scallywag.
But Nicole is a classic scandalous woman, and LisaRaye wasn't having any of the story Nicole was trying to sell. LisaRaye made it clear that Nicole didn't make a mistake. She was actively looking for a wealthy man and thought Antoine could be her next ticket to a lavish life. Why? Because Nicole had already pulled the same stunt with LisaRaye.
Is this, when you're a woman and you grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
This was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face. You know? And
No, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
right.
Relax.
And we had a good conversation because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. No, we should not be in that position. Right. I will say this.
Nicole had an affair with Michael McKissick while he was married to LisaRaye. The two women were close friends, and Nicole was even present at their wedding. Nicole's actions were sneaky, almost like a green snake in green grass. Naturally, she denied ever being involved with LisaRaye's husband. However, LisaRaye didn't back down and repeatedly confirmed that Nicole did, in fact, have an affair with Michael. Even LisaRaye's sister Brack backed up the story.
That's true, absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a I'm sorry apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years. That's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you gotta look up and your person that you invited to your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you gotta look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years and they travel in the same circle.
My thing is this, Prush, you're not talking about it all the time. That friendship stuff?
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, the whole internet's on fire about it. Your sister, the brat, LisaRaye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, "Girl, Nicole Murphy, you went after Lela Rashawn's husband too?" Shaking my head so wrong again.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after LisaRaye's husband when she was
Absolutely.
married to the...
When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
LisaRaye has never wavered in her version of events. She's made it clear that she won't let Nicole forget what she did.
Had Nicole Murphy have relations with her ex-husband? Were you two friends?
Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
How did you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane, because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you got a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
Not that part.
I don't know, you know, meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. You know, the manifest the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
And I tried to call her. And, you know, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, you know. And then I called again, and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan.
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, you know, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, you know, let me send you a tape that I have of proof, you know. And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
You know, it was a tape of her and Michael when she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm gonna leave it right there, because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, you know, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Me too.
Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl. Where I come from, Southside Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
LisaRaye sent proof of Nicole's affair to her then boyfriend Michael Strahan, and it seems that was enough to make Michael and Nicole call off their engagement and part ways. However, Nicole has no plans of apologizing to LisaRaye the way she did with Layla. Word is, Nicole is angry that LisaRaye keeps bringing up an incident from over 15 years ago, which she feels is damaging her reputation. Nicole claimed she wasn't the only one of LisaRaye's friends involved with Michael, who was allegedly sleeping with and financially supporting several of them. But for some reason, LisaRaye seems to have much more animosity towards Nicole than the others.
It may be social media. No. Social media took on a mountain of its own. And like I said, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And no,
you're talking about when LisaRaye got involved and said you slept with her.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real breezy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement saying
Keiko's king.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused
on bed with Roxy, so
that had nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying.
Nicole is still grieving the loss of her partner, Warren Braithwaite, to cancer. She doesn't have the time or energy to deal with the drama that LisaRaye keeps bringing her way, especially when LisaRaye should be focusing on the unfaithful man who broke his vows repeatedly. According to Nicole, LisaRaye is still hung up on her ex-husband, which is why she's looking for someone to blame instead of accepting that the marriage just wasn't meant to be. First, it was Dwayne Martin, Tisha Campbell's ex-husband, and now it's Nicole. LisaRaye married Michael because she wanted the wealth and status that came with being the first lady of Turks and Caicos. Michael, on the other hand, married her for the glamour and connections that a successful Hollywood A-lister could bring. When things fell apart, LisaRaye walked away. Nicole is tired of LisaRaye repeatedly dragging her and blaming her for a marriage that was doomed from the start. After LisaRaye's viral interview, Nicole posted on her social media with the caption, "You can still be sexy but keep it classy." But the real focus wasn't the caption, it was the song she was dancing to. The lyrics said, "It's some money at my table, grab a seat with me, cost a ticket just to cover my legal fees. I don't hang with jealous bees, that's a weak disease. hold on, run up. If you're broke and in my business, then just shut up. I invest in my body, B. I'm done up. I look good. I like to fake it. If and when the sun's up. These words were clearly a response to LisaRaye, a subtle but sharp clapback. Nicole didn't have to explicitly call out LisaRaye. Everyone knew who she was addressing with those lines. It was a clear statement that she wasn't going to engage with any more drama, especially from someone still holding on to the past.